Firefighter apparel usually fails for 5 main reasons. Whether that's cheap thread, bad stitching, weak materials, rushed production, or the manufacturer cutting corners. Today, I'm going to be breaking down what makes high-quality apparel last in the firehouse. And I'm going to be sharing with you some real examples so that you can see it for yourself. If you're a firefighter looking for quality gear, or maybe you just want to see how we make quality stuff that's built to last, this one's for you. Let's start with the number one issue that I see in cheap firefighter apparel: thread. Thread actually matters. If you don't have a high quality thread, your designs won't turn out right and the stitching won't last. Cheap rayon threads, well, they fade fast and they fray and they're not built to last. It can shred and it's not meant to handle that UV or heat. But high quality polyester thread, which is what we use, is color fast, it's heat resistant, it holds its shape and its strength over the years of hard use and multiple washes. The fact of the matter is, if the thread can't last through the back of a fire truck or on the tailboard or through a single wash cycle, it's not firefighter ready. Next on the list is stitch density and digitizing. Digitizing is basically the blueprint for the embroidery machine to read and put your design on your hat or your hoodie, whatever it might be. And so if this isn't right, then the whole plan falls apart from the beginning. When the stitch count is low, if your digitizer makes your stitch count too low, it can make the design look loose, patchy, and thin, and that's not something that you want. That's not quality. This can also cause issues with the threads being snagged on stuff. The threads can fray, and after a few months of wearing and washing, it's going to lose its shape. This is what proper digitizing looks like: clean, tight, and consistent. More density equals more durability. And durability is what we need around the firehouse. The next difference comes down to the quality of the product itself. The actual hats, jackets, and other apparel items. If you use cheaper hats, then those become an issue because they warp or lose their shape when they're exposed to heat and sweat. The bills are flimsy, the panels collapse. You know the type that you throw up on your dashboard one day and it's faded the next. When you're wearing a hat on duty, training, or working that overtime shift that you need so bad, you need high quality hats. This is why we stick to the main manufacturers, YP Classics and Richardson. These are quality hats that, although they do fade over time, they're going to hold their shape and they're going to be durable to get you through anything. And your jackets and hoodies are the same way. The weight, the lining, and the stitching, it all matters. A jacket made right will last you a lifetime, but if it's not, it'll hardly get you through the season. Another quality marker is patches. Not so much how they're made, but how they're attached. This is actually something that I figured out early on in my business career. I didn't really know how to properly attach patches to apparel, so in the beginning, I had customers coming back to me saying, "Hey man, my patch fell off. I need you to sew it back on." So taking the time to learn how to properly sew things on and attach them really matters. If you're using cheap adhesives, it can peel off or crack. That's annoying. Low density embroidered patches like to curl up on the edges. Also annoying. And poorly applied Velcro can lose its grip. Also annoying. When patches are digitized correctly and stitched out perfectly, they're going to maintain that quality and shape and image that we're looking for. If you are going to attach your patch yourself by ironing it on, making sure that you apply the right pressure and heat is going to go a long ways. If you're stitching it on like we will, then make sure you use the proper thread, and setting your sewing machine up right is going to make this patch stay attached and locked down for years. And that's really the difference between something that lasts for a few weeks versus years. Quality isn't just the materials though, it's also workflow. I'm going to show you how we ensure that your quality apparel lasts here at Engine House Apparel Company. We have been working with the same digitizer for about 6 years now. And since we've built that working relationship, he knows exactly what we're looking for every single time. This provides consistency in all of our designs so that everything comes out exactly how we want it. Once a week, both of our machines get fully maintenance top to bottom. We check tension, hit all the oil and spots, and we also make sure that, we have fresh needles and fresh bobbins. We check over everything. If we get a design that we don't do that often or that we have never done before, We'll actually do like a test stitch out to make sure that it comes out exactly how we want and that it's clean. Make sure that there's no warping in the design and that the outlines don't get off. And if we do see something like that, we can go back to our digitizer, since we've been using the same guy for 6 years, and he can correct it. And we have that, like I said, we have that relationship where we can go back and forth and get things right. We also make sure that the density is correct, because this is just going to reinforce that design to hold its shape and look crisp. And then of course, like, the main foundation of it all is using the proper materials, like I said. So we try to stick to the main hat manufacturers like Yupong, Richardson. We try to stick to Carhartt for a lot of our outerwear, because these are the manufacturers and the brands that everybody knows and loves, and mostly because they hold up and they're durable. After all, we need something that's going to last through this workforce. Firefighting is a blue-collar job. We need clothing and apparel and gear that's going to last through this environment. Now let's take a look over here and put something that we've made recently through a stress test, because, we're firemen. We're not easy on things. They always say, if you want to see if it'll break, give it to a fireman. And that right there is what high-quality gear is supposed to look like. At the end of the day, your quality apparel comes down to this: the materials, the stitching, the thread, and how much time is actually put into it. Cheap apparel looks great for a few weeks, but quality gear will last you years. If you saw something you like, or if you're ready to order, head on over to our website, enginehousedesigns.com, and you can place your first order today. Or if you're a returning customer, welcome back. Do me a favor, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can comment on the video, you can direct message us on our social medias, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. You can also fill out a contact form on our website by clicking the tab in the navigation bar. And do me a favor, like and share and subscribe to this video so you can see more behind the scenes content just like this. If you're not ready to purchase anything, at the least, this will show some support for the business. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and as always, ignite the pride.